The Writing Places project is a partnership between Literature Works, the Poetry Archive and the National Trust. When we think of a National Trust property, we think of beautiful houses and bricks and mortar and beautiful gardens, but what we most remember is the people that lived there and how they lived their lives and how these places and landscapes that they're set in might have inspired them. And it's a chance really for us to explore the meaning and inspirations that are built into those houses.
We're very lucky at the National Trust that we've got a number of houses that are associated with great writers, and it gives us the opportunity to demonstrate so powerfully how places can create great literature.
It's able to introduce an idea about how physical places, and in particular the writerly and readerly associations of those physical places, might be ventilated so as people visiting them can have a sense of what writing both connects with them and also arose from them. This project allows that ventilation to take place. It allows connections to be made between the work associated with or produced in a place and the place itself.
I'm delighted that we're launching this project here at Maxgate. I think it's a wonderful property to have alongside Hardy's birthplace. What we can show our visitors is the beginning of Hardy's life in relatively humble circumstances, and then how he moved up in the world to build this house for himself and live his later life here when he got success. So it's a wonderful way of tracing his whole life.
I've spent more times than I care to remember really peering over the walls of Maxgate, wishing that I could visit in a more searching kind of way. We get a very, very clear idea of what life in the house must have been like. It's a house in which you feel you can touch the walls. Nothing is very grand or big. In fact, rather the opposite. It's rather homely and even cottagey, actually, in those sorts of aspects. Despite being June, the house is physically quite cold. There is that about the house, I think, both in the sense of temperature, but also in the sense of its domestic arrangements. But it is an absolutely fascinating, enthralling place in which his spirit feels remarkably intact.
We're delighted to be working with a writer-in-residence for Maxgate because it's such an interesting house. It's a complete warren when you get in here, and you can really feel Hardy's presence moving from room to room.
Thomas Hardy, and particularly his poetry, is very close to my heart. You get a very powerful sense of how the place influenced the poetry that he wrote.